Welcome. I'm Kinetic Symphony. I hunt down and report on mysterious and weird true stories, from glitches to the paranormal. Case file number 172, written by qbiohazard. A night out of phase. Hi people. I'm here to tell you about an unexplained phenomenon which happened recently. First things first. Maybe you will not take this seriously or not believe me, and I understand that. But all I want is an answer, a true answer. I'm that kind of person that doesn't believe in ghosts, magic, or other stuff. I always had a rational and scientific view on reality. But that night, my God, something happened. Let's start. The day is 29th of May, 2021, Italy. It started as a usual weekend. I was at a friend's home with other friends drinking something, chatting and playing games. When it's summer, sometimes we decided to go outside for a walk. It was night around 11:30 p.m., cloudy, but you could still easily see where you were going. We live in a countryside place, but not too much away from the nearest city. It's a typical Tuscany landscape. Anyway, we take the usual dirt road that is in front of the house. As we walk down this road, a friend, let's call them M, goes a bit further than us, and another friend that was with him came back to us, saying that he lost him in a matter of seconds. Now from this point on, things got creepy. We started searching with torches. Maybe he fell on the sides. We call it out, but we hear nothing. Arrived at the end of the road and still nothing there. He vanished. The road is around 200 meters straight, plain and with a dead end. How can someone disappear if you have them right in front of you? Fine, maybe he somehow went back home, we thought. So half the group backtracked back home to check, while me and another two friends remained at the dead end. Later we get messages that he is not at home, so we too started coming back, and when we nearly arrived, M reappears from the road running towards us. At first he thought that we made up some kind of bad joke on him, but no. He then explained what happened from his point of view. As we all saw, M was just walking by themselves a bit further ahead of us. When he reached the dead end, he realized that we weren't there behind him anymore. No torchlights, no voices, nothing. From his point of view, we were the ones that vanished. So he too backtracked to home, but there was no one there. So then he came back to the dead end, doing the same road from start to end, 3 freaking times, and nothing, we weren't there at all. We live in this place. We would know where we are with our eyes closed. There are no roads similar to that nearby, and it's literally impossible to miss each other on the straight plain road, so how did all this happen? We thought about it all night, searching for some kind of explanation for what we witnessed. But how can you explain this? That night still haunts me for days. I don't post much on the internet, but now I just need an answer. So if you have some ideas, question, or maybe had experiences similar to this one, I'm always available. Case notes, file number 172. There's this show called The Leftovers. An extremely underrated show. It's about humans living in a world after the event, where 2% of the world's population vanishes, instantly and simultaneously. Somehow your story made me think of that show. I won't give any details, I don't want to spoil it. Definitely recommend you watch it. I think your friend went out of phase momentarily. From his perspective though, time was normal, everything still existed. Although he saw no one else, I'm recalling of another story where a young boy woke up one morning and everyone was gone, not a soul around. Then 3 hours later, after having gone through panic and then anxiety and then sadness, everyone was back. Everything was normal, completely suddenly, inexplicable to the cause. But in all these stories, everything is connected even loosely. There's something more to this that we don't know yet. Case file number 173, written by Necron 2.0, A Blue Light Mystery. For some background, well into my teens, I had a lot of anxiety related to sleep and windows, because as a child, up to the age of 4 or 5, my alcoholic neighbor would come home drunk and peer in through my bedroom window. Because of that, I could only sleep in rooms without windows, or which at least had blackout curtains. Likely because of this, I had a night light in my room until I was around 6 or 7 years old. At some point, my mom replaced my old nightlight with one that did not have a conventional bulb. Instead, the whole thing just glowed, casting a bluish light. I hated the thing, to the point that I would rather sleep in complete darkness rather than have it plugged in. The blue light cast eerie shadows across the room. I took to hiding it so my mom could not find it. On this one night, my mom had dressed herself for bed and put me to bed too just before heading off herself. This was our routine. My mom had just left, shutting off the lights as she went, and I had just rolled over. Because of my anxiety, it always took me a little while to get settled in and comfortable with my surroundings before I could actually fall asleep. Again, I just rolled over and was in the process of getting comfortable when I noticed my headboard was illuminated in blue light. At that point, I was annoyed. Stress that. Annoyed, not fearful or anxious. I rolled back over, prepared to jump out of bed and rip the nightlight out of the wall. I assumed my mom had somehow found it and plugged it in when I was not looking. But here's the thing. The glow was not from the nightlight. When I looked to where it should have been, it wasn't there. Instead, there was a ball of blue light bobbing up and down in the center of my room. It looked like a miniature blue sun, complete with a corona, but dim, maybe as bright as a cell phone screen. It was roughly the size of a softball. Now, up to the moment I saw the ball of light, my memories are crystal clear. My mom had just left the room. I had just rolled over and noticed the glow on my headboard, all within a minute, if that. I remember having one foot out of bed, getting ready to hit the floor. However, from the moment I saw the light, my memories become jumbled. The next thing I clearly remember was screaming my head off. Except I was in bed, tucked in, face down in my pillow. I had thought my mom would come in immediately. She had to have been right at the door, because she had just closed it. When she finally did come in, she had pillow lines on her face, and she looked barely awake. She said it was a dream, but to this day, I know it wasn't. To be honest, I cannot say what it was. Case notes, file number 173. I think many people will simply attribute this to ball lightning. And if one sticks to the world of the fully known, that's where minds stop pursuing other options. For me, I won't discount ball lightning, but I do believe it could be more. There are spirits out there that have manifested themselves as these balls of energy, and that you describe it as having a corona, aura, is interesting. The reason I don't think it's ball lightning is that natural phenomena invokes itself not as a smooth sphere, but as a charged ball with arcing lightning around it. And even the very atmosphere around you would be charged. You would feel it. And then finally, it wouldn't explain your time skip. My guess, it was a spirit trying to make contact, but not understanding how. At least for now, perhaps. If you enjoyed these stories, give the video a like.